What up everyone, it's your man Xman87 here, bringing you another Marvel Legends predictions video, and what I have for you today is my predictions for Marvel Legends 2024 Pulsecon reveals. Before we get into everything, if you could please leave a thumbs up, like rating on the video, it'll help show your support for my channel and I greatly appreciate it. Just a heads up to keep in mind, these are not confirmed in any way. I'm never great at making these predictions. I get some right, but mostly wrong anyways. But you guys love when I do them, so that's why I do it. So instead of predicting out of the blue, I'm taking a little different approach this time with being more realistic. And what I mean by that is my prediction list will consist of some rumored leaks for 2025 that I think may show up as a reveal at Pulsecon, while at the same time mixing it with my own personal picks. Just take the rumored stuff with a grain of salt as usual. Whether I'm right or wrong, all I care about is a fun discussion with you guys, and the Pulsecon hype always creates some exciting buzz in the community. Now with that said, let's get into it, starting with my first category. Alright, the first category I got here is Secret Wars. It was pretty much leaked that they are going to do a showcase of Secret Wars during Pulsecon. And in my last video when I was talking about Dragon Man, I kind of gave you what I thought would be in the Secret Wars wave anyway. So just to go over like my official picks for the wave. So first one, definitely Wolverine in the brown suit, hands down. I mean, it's just going to happen. It was already shown at San Diego Comic-Con. And just like Secret Wars, he has that light brown deco, so it's paying homage. There was two Wolverines in the Secret Wars line, actually. There was a darker brown, but they went with the lighter brown. And the difference between them, the lighter brown had the black claws, and the darker one had the gray claws. So it would be cool if they include black claws too as another homage, but I don't see that. I think, you know, doing the brown suit in the Secret Wars is homage, enough of a homage in itself. So I think it's best if he just comes with an extra pair of fists, and maybe he might come with a new Logan head, but I'm hoping that he comes with an alternate masked head with a different expression, because I need Wolverine yelling. Like, that should be mandatory. Every Wolverine figure should come with a neutral head and a yelling head. Then I got Symbiote Spider-Man. I mean, Wolverine in the brown suit and a Symbiote Spider-Man, those two are enough to anchor the wave. You don't need a Captain America or Iron Man. I mean, these two, they're a two-man power trip, so they'll carry the wave. And I think we're going to get a Symbiote Spider-Man updated in pinless. And I don't know whether it's going to be on the Renew Your Vows body or the Amazing Fantasy body. I don't know about you, but I love the Amazing Fantasy Spider-Man body. It's my favorite body buck for Spidey in the Marvel Legends line. So I would say let's do it, Hasbro. Let's go with Amazing Fantasy. I think that would be so freaking dope. It'll be different from the retro one, which was on the, you know, it was just a repaint from the retro Spidey body. And then the VHS one was Renew Your Vows body, but it had the cell shading. So we'll get a dedicated Symbiote Spider-Man without the cell shading, just true to the comic. But let me know what you prefer. Would you rather have the Renew Your Vows or Amazing Fantasy? I'm still going to say Amazing Fantasy, but I wouldn't mind, you know, the solid black comic one on the Renew Your Vows body either. The third one, I'm going with Falcon. I think it's time for a classic Falcon and have him come with Red Wing. We haven't seen Red Wing since the Toy Biz, and I think they could make a really cool articulated Eagle. I mean, you look at the G.I. Joe Classified series line, what they did with Spirit and Freedom. Red Wing might not be articulated. It might just be, you know, just a non-articulated pre-sculpted figurine, but I think they should push for some articulation there for Red Wing. But Falcon, I really hope they give him new wings. Those wings that they give for him and Vulture, they just don't cut it. There's no detail. I want actual sculpted feathers. And ones that really stay on too, because those wings, they pop off easily. Then we gotta get Daredevil, because they gotta release him solo. We're tired of seeing him on his updated Renew Your Vows body being locked behind an exclusive multi-pack, and that just makes him more expensive, you know what I mean? So give everyone a chance to grab him as a solo release, and do the bright red deco, do the black tracing on the chest emblem, and give them the cool hands and heads that we would want in a Daredevil figure. 5, I got classic Doc Ock. I think they might surprise us and give us an updated pinless Doc Ock in his classic outfit. And they'll probably reuse the same bendy wire tentacles as the cartoon 2-pack one, and just give them new pincers. I can totally see that happening. But at the same time, maybe not, man. I mean, we could get Electro. They could do Electro, an updated classic Electro on maybe the Vulcan Buck, so that way he's pinless. I think Electro was rumored anyway for 2025, so we might get him there. Another one I mentioned was Kang. If they want to do something really cool with Kang, even though he's already being released in his time chair. That one came with multiple heads to display, you know, your console of Kangs, so they could give them new faceplates here to display more console of Kangs if you want to army build them. But I mean, they could go that route, but I think we might get Doc Ock. And lastly, number 6, to round out the Secret Wars retro wave, the Beyonder. I said it again, he's just so important to Secret Wars. And can you believe, like, this character's like, what, 40 plus years old, and he's never had an action figure before. So this is why I get mad every year when he's not revealed. It's like, what the hell, he's never had an action figure before, ever. So can we just finally do him? Like, I mean, it's just easy for them to do him. He's, you know, just reuse the Red Skull body where he has like that jumpsuit, or the Hank Pym, that kind of jumpsuit. Like, just do that, and that's pretty much easy. I would like to see him in his armor, preferably. I would love the armored look more, but I just want a Beyonder figure already. I know some people already complained to me saying, he never showed up in Secret Wars 1, only Secret Wars 2. It doesn't matter. They could give him a Secret Wars 2 label on the retro packaging. I always say, think outside the box. And by the way, you guys know he did appear in Secret Wars 1 as a cameo. I don't care if he's on the regular Secret Wars 1 or 2. I still think this might be a one and done, and I feel like this is the best opportunity to put Beyonder out there. I just want my Beyonder figure right now. Then my wild card pick. So my wild card pick is, if I get any of these wrong, the one I think I might be wrong on might be Doc Ock. So my wild card pick would be Constrictor to replace Doc Ock, because Constrictor is rumored for a 2025 release, but he's rumored to be in a 2-pack with Crossbones. And here's the reason why he's my wild card pick, because if you remember, Mystique was supposed to be rumored in a 2-pack with Destiny this year, and Loki was supposed to be a part of the Cabal pack, and they were pulled out of those packs. So I think we might get the same case here, where Constrictor gets pulled out of that 2-pack. He might be replaced with someone else, or Crossbones ends up being in another wave or whatever, but I think, and it would make sense for Constrictor to be a part of this Secret Wars wave. So I just have this feeling he might be pulled from that 2-pack and inserted in the Secret Wars wave. So yeah, that's my wild card pick. Lastly, I do think we'll get a Secret Wars multi-pack. So my multi-pack pick, because if you remember in the 1983 line, they did a 3-pack for a few of them, and I think we'll get the 3-pack of a classic Spidey, classic Captain America, and classic Iron Man. So classic Spidey, I think, will be on the Amazing Fantasy body, because I just remember when the Amazing Friends 3-pack came out, a lot of people wanted that Spider-Man, the classic deco on the Amazing Fantasy body. So I think this will be another chance to get a Spider-Man like that. He might have like a slightly darker deco than that Amazing Friends one, because it was a little on the bright side. Hopefully they fix the arms, because that one had the gaps to plug in the web wings, even though that pack didn't have the web wings. But just fill in the gap if he's not going to have the web wings, because I hate seeing that gap on that body. That's the only thing that bothers me. Classic Captain America will finally get a classic Cap pinless updated. So we got to see a Captain America somehow. And also classic Iron Man. You know, we'll get a classic Iron Man pinless. So I think these, you know, will definitely be pinless. I think Captain America will have a new head sculpt as well. Hopefully a yelling head. So I think this will be the multi-pack. Go with the heroes. The villains wouldn't make sense because they're already done. Like, they already got Kang and Magneto out there, and Doctor Doom was already in that 2-pack. So when you think of top 3 superheroes, you could easily mention Spidey, Captain America, and Iron Man right away. So I think this will be the best multi-pack choice. And like I said, Wolverine and Symbiote Spider-Man is enough to anchor that Secret Wars retro wave. They don't need a Captain America or an Iron Man. So that's another reason why I think making a multi-pack of Captain America, Iron Man, and Spidey just works. Moving on to the next category, and I think we're going to get a Spider-Man Build-A-Figure wave finally. I mean, I can't see why they wouldn't do another Spider-Man Build-A-Figure ever, because it's been a long time. I don't know if you realize, but going into 2025, it'll mark 4 years since the last Spider-Man Build-A-Figure wave, which was Armadillo. So it's just disappointing for me because I'm like, man, there's so many Build-A-Figures that can fill in some gaps for Spidey collections. So especially Stegron, man, we definitely need him. But anyways, Spider-Man Unlimited and Spider-Boy, they were already teased at San Diego Comic-Con, so I definitely think they'll be a part of this wave. It'll be a Spider-Man heavy wave, and I think we'll also get Kane from the Clone Saga. So Clone Saga Kane is definitely one of my top wants. And I also think we'll get a classic Miles Morales updated. I think they'll introduce a new teen body with the new articulation scheme. I think right now is the best time to give us a battle damaged Spider-Man 2 in his classic suit. Obviously, that is probably my most wanted. Yes, it is, for sure. Not probably, most definite. My most wanted Spider-Man is a battle damaged Spider-Man. Then we gotta have some villains in the wave, so my picks would be Swarm. Oh my god, Swarm would make for an amazing figure. I could just imagine what they could do with his accessories if, you know, they're not handcuffed, and give us some good, like, some cool ass Swarm effects. That would be dope, you know. And lastly, Cardiac. Cardiac has been highly requested, and I know there's some licensing issues, but last time I heard, I heard that they were kind of sorted out. It was just a matter of time of being greenlit. But Cardiac is one I feel like we're gonna get soon. And lately they haven't been disappointing us with the Spider-Man villain choices, because the retro wave, you know, of Tombstone, Hallows Eve, and Mad Jack, they were great choices. I love those figures. My Build-A-Figure choice would be Spider-Hulk, man. I'm still sticking to my guns. I know I get this wrong every time I call Spider-Hulk, but damn it, I'm sticking to my guns, and I won't stop until he's revealed. But I definitely see Spider-Hulk coming. I mean, they could just do the Caliban body buck, man, and just paint him. I think that would be easy. Of course, he'll have some new parts. That would be cool, but also if they introduce like a new Hulk buck body, you know, that would be also cool. I wouldn't mind that at all. But Spider-Hulk is a must-have for me, and he'll be one of the coolest Spider-Man figures they ever make, or Hulk figures they ever make. Both of them. Definitely will be, I could see him being one of the best BAFs ever made if done right. For video games, I don't see much, but I do think, and again, I really think Pulsecon will be Spider-Man and X-Men heavy. This is normally when they're, you know, X-Men and Spider-Man heavy. Lately, they haven't been Spider-Man heavy, which is why I think it's probably going to be more Spider-Man heavy than X-Men. I do see a Spider-Man 2 PS5 multi-pack of the Black Suit Spider-Man and Black Cat. Black Cat is rumored for Spider-Man 2 PS5, and I think that would make for an awesome 2-pack, even though those two characters didn't interact with each other in Spider-Man 2. I still think as a multi-pack, it will sell. Speaking of 2-packs, I think the Spider-Man VHS 2-packs will return, and my choices will be Chameleon and Punisher. I think we'll get a 2-pack of them. I want an animated series Chameleon so bad. That is my favorite look of him, and especially Punisher with that light blue deco and the black boots, and just seeing the way they did Punisher in that Bushwhacker 2-pack. And oh man, just seeing that in an animated series deco would be lovely. And then I think we'll get like Vulture and Blade. I know it's random, but that's how they are with the VHS. Some of these pairings don't make sense, but that's just been the running theme with these VHS 2-packs. None of them make sense. So I mean, they could do Chameleon and Vulture put together. That would be cool, getting two villains paired up. But they normally do like hero and villain. So because if you ask me, Blade and Punisher together, that will sell like hotcakes. And even Chameleon and Vulture. Definitely want young Vulture. I love that look, and that would replace my classic comic Vulture, because I am not happy with that Vulture figure at all. Then for some Spider-Man deluxes, I don't see much, but if I had to pick one, it's going to come down to two. But my ultimate choice would be Venom Madness. Oh my god, Madness Venom would be amazing, because I was disappointed in the Marvel Selects one. He didn't have that bulk. I think if they give him the right bulk, similar to the Monster Venom, but maybe a little bit bigger, it could work with all the multiple heads and arms. Damn, that would be an amazing deluxe. I mean, that would be one of the sickest deluxe ever made. And then the other one would probably be a Blue Venom, a Marvel vs. Capcom inspired Venom. I mean, that's an easy one. Caliban Buck, and just give him the new head. I mean, light blue Venom supremacy is what I'm all about. I would love that so much. Now moving on to some X-Men related stuff, I do think we're going to get one of those big multi-packs they release for like Amazon, where it's like a 5-pack. I think we're going to get a team-based pack, which I think will be X-Force. And I think it'll consist of Warpath, Archangel, because they're rumored. X-23 as well is also rumored. Hopefully she comes on a new female body buck. Maybe introduce the teen body buck with the new articulation style for the females. And Psylocke, another one that would be nice. They did it before in the San Diego Comic-Con 2012 pack, but we need an updated Psylocke on the new female articulated bodies. And Nightcrawler, I could see doing Nightcrawler. I know they all weren't part of the same team, but you know how Hasbro is. Sometimes they don't stick with the same team. They mix up the rosters a bit, and I wouldn't mind. An X-Force Nightcrawler would be so sick. And also to coincide with that, he might be part of the pack, he might not. He might be a solo release, but I think we're going to get an X-Force Deadpool on the new Renew Your Vows body, just like the one they gave us from the Hydra Bob San Diego Comic-Con 2-pack. It's an easy repaint for them, to do him in the X-Force deco. But somehow, some way, I just feel like we're gonna get another X-Force character that's a solo release to coincide with that multi-pack. So it could be the X-Force Deadpool on the Renew Your Vows body, or an updated X-Force Wolverine that's pinless. Who knows? They could do that too. Hell, it could be a 2-pack with X-Force Deadpool and Wolverine. Who knows how they might do it? But I just feel like we're gonna get a complementary figure to coincide with that multi-pack. So here's one I've been thinking about, and I think we're gonna get an X-Men Savage Land themed multi-pack. And my pick would be Shauna the She-Devil versus a classic Sauron. So the classic Sauron with his shorts. I don't think he'll be reused from that lizard body that they based off from the Bath. I think it's going to be an all-new sculpt, because they've been surprising us with a lot of all-new sculpts for the comic figures. So I think he'll be a lot smaller than that Bath. And I just think it would be a great multi-pack, especially because we got Zabu being the Build-A-Figure and Kazar being the tie-in figure. We need Shauna the She-Devil to complete that trio. I just feel like it would be a huge miss to give us Kazar and Zabu in the same wave and not follow up with Shauna the She-Devil the following year. I don't want to be waiting forever for a Shauna the She-Devil, so this would be the perfect opportunity to get her out there. But I think we'll get Shauna the She-Devil and a classic Sauron. For X-Men Deluxes, I'm going to go classic here. Looking at this year, we got Angel, which was a beautiful figure. And I think we're going to get another classic character as a deluxe. And I'm going with Iceman with his large ice slide as a base. I think this would be the best time for them to right their wrongs with their Icemans in the past, because they have not hit. The best Iceman they made was AOA. That was literally their best Iceman, and they really need to nail a classic one. And I could see this being a situation where, kind of like Phoenix, right? The Mafex Phoenix, because you know Mafex Iceman is coming out. I don't know if you know, but he was revealed. I could see a situation where, just like this year, the Mafex Phoenix and the Marvel Legends Phoenix dropped at the same time. I remember getting them on the same exact day. I could see something like that for next year, where the Mafex Iceman and a Marvel Legends Iceman drops on the same day. But they need to give them the Ice Slide as a base, because, Mafex might do that, and they got to get a one-up on them again, like they did with Phoenix, having the large Phoenix base. They have to take advantage and do the Ice Slide, because let's say if Mafex doesn't, give us the Ice Slide, that's a plus for Marvel Legends. But lately, with their Iceman figures, they've been doing too much on the translucent. I feel like they're just focusing on the translucent, mainly because they don't want to paint it. The best way to tackle Iceman is to not do them translucent. Just make them white. Majority of the figure be white with blue shading around the muscle definitions. That would be the best way to go about making an Iceman figure. I just don't want them to do an all blue Iceman again. I mean, if they do an all blue Iceman again, I hope it's a very, very, very light blue, like that ice blue. If he's going to be majority of that ice blue color, just hope that he has a ton of white shading surrounding the figure, fully covered, front to back. I don't want them skimping out on anything. But let's just get away from the translucent for now, and Hasbro, just focus on making the best Iceman figure possible. Give him the large ice slide, give him some alternate hands and some cool ice effects, along with the base. That would be pretty much a dream come true for my main X-Men roster. And hopefully down the line, they can give us a powered down Iceman. I would love a Bobby Drake in his X-Men costume, powered down. That would be awesome. And that can be an easy release for them in a future X-Men Retro Wave. But yeah, I think you can all agree with me that we need an Iceman with his Ice Slide. Next X-Men category I have is an X-Men Retro Wave. I don't think we'll get another X-Men Build-A-Figure wave for quite a bit. Retro Wave, I think they have been heavily focusing on Retro Waves lately. So the first one up would be Classic Banshee in the green. This will be an easy repaint for them from the X-Men 275 pack. And my only thing I would love for them to do is kind of adjust those tabs, see if they can do a better job keying in the fabric cape onto the figure. But yeah, those tabs, man, they're not it. But we definitely need Banshee in green. I know he is rumored, along with Fabian Cortez. So that's my next pick. He is rumored. Again, take it with a grain of salt. This guy was going to be on my second X-Men wish list that I had planned on making. But I definitely could see a Fabian Cortez in a Retro Wave. Oh, man, just to start up the Acolytes, I would love that. Then my third pick for the wave, because it'll be a 6-figure wave. That's usually how retro waves are. Would be Psylocke. Giving us that 90s ninja Psylocke updated with the new female articulation. It's a must. Definitely a must. Number 4 would be Mystique, because again, as I mentioned earlier, she was pulled out of that 2-pack with Destiny, and you know, the best way to put her in, it would be that kind of retro wave, so we could get Mystique on the updated female body on the retro card. I mean, she's a perfect character to put on a retro card for those mint on card collectors. She would just look absolutely beautiful. I love the purple cards. That's why I want to see more villains in the retro waves. Oh yeah, Mystique is a must. And then I have to coincide with Fabian Cortez, because we need a tie-in for some of these characters. I have Senyaka. You know, we gotta have a tie-in for the Acolytes. Get us an extra Acolyte member with Fabian Cortez to accompany him on the shelf. And ever since I saw Whiplash from the Iron Man Retro Wave, seeing the whip that he comes with, you know, that like energetic crackle like effect whip, I was just like, yo, alright, that's Senyaka right there. We're getting a Senyaka. I just see him being made, and he would make for a badass figure. I've always loved his look. And then 6, man, it's always hard to see X-Men Retro Wave without Wolverine, you know? Like, I just feel like he's always got to be included in a Retro Wave, so I think we'll get Wolverine in his Fang costume. And I would be down for that because, well, I mean, 1, that's easy for them to make, and 2, I like Wolverine in the Fang costume, and I would love to put that with my little Shi'ar Empire theme I got going on in my display. So that would be it. My wild card pick, all right, if one of these are wrong, my wild card pick would be Ahab. I think, again, another villain. One of these villains might be wrong. Probably Senyaka. You know, I would love for him to be in the wave to accompany Fabian Cortez, you know, with the Acolytes. But I think Ahab would make for a really cool figure. I never liked the Ahab character at all, but I'll admit, like, his look would be cool in action figure form. So that's my wild card pick. But yeah, if the X-Men Retro Wave is Banshee, Fabian Cortez, Psylocke, Mystique, Senyaka, and Wolverine as Fang, I'm in. But then again, you guys know, I'm always in for every X-Men wave. Whether good or bad, X-Men is my shit, and I can't resist it. I can't help myself. I gotta get them. Then lastly, I'll go over these quickly. I think with the Fantastic Four movie coming out next year, we're gonna have some figures to coincide with that movie. So I don't think we're going to get any movie figures revealed yet. Again, these are comic figures to tie in with the movie marketing. I think for a tie-in, I'm just thinking about Dragon Man. I think he's going to have that Fantastic Four packaging. And I think my tie-in pick for Dragon Man would be Puppet Master, because many times in the comics, you know, Puppet Master has controlled Dragon Man, and what better tie-in character to release next year to coincide with that Dragon Man than Puppet Master? You know, Puppet Master or Mad Thinker would be great picks because they coincide with Dragon Man. So Puppet Master is a classic Fantastic Four villain, and he would be a great choice. Another one would be She-Hulk in her Fantastic Four costume. This has got to be done, you know? She was last done as a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive back in 2007. She had an interchangeable outfit that you could switch to her lawyer look, Jennifer Walters. And I don't think they're going to go this far again like that. I don't see it happening at all. I think they'll do a lawyer She-Hulk, you know, later down the line. But a Fantastic Four She-Hulk is a must. I need She-Hulk in her Fantastic Four costume. The blue and white, we already got the blue and white figures out for the Fantastic Four theme. And I hope she matches the same skin tone from the last Iron Man Retro Wave. That way, if they give her head sculpts with new facial expressions or hairstyles, we can easily swap between the two for more play value. Just looking at this render mock-up makes me drool for one so badly. Not my photo, just found this from multiple online searches. Don't know who the real maker is, but if it's you, then let me know in the comments so you can be credited, as I'll pin the comment for it to be highlighted. Yeah, this mock-up looks real, and I can totally see this happening as a 2025 release, since Fantastic Four will be pushed heavily due to the new MCU movie. And I do think we'll get a comic Fantastic Four team released next year. They might update those classic blue and black ones that were Walgreens exclusives. So they might update those to pinless, who knows. But I can see that happening, or I can see the Future Foundation being done as well. You know, that would be a cool multi-pack, especially getting, you know, Spider-Man in that costume. But somehow, some way, for sure, we're going to get some comic figures to tie in with those movie figures. Alright, wrapping things up. Since this video is Pulsecon topic related, I forgot to mention in my last video that the Pulsecon exclusive Kang the Conqueror with the time chair will go up for pre-order this Friday after Pulsecon is over at 4 p.m. Eastern Time for Pulse Premium members and 5 p.m. Eastern Time for everyone else. I believe he's going to retail for $59.99 and will be released before the end of the year. Last time I checked. Don't quote me on that because I could be wrong. Just wanted to give you the heads up on his availability. Also, a friendly reminder to participate in my Marvel Legends Retro Series Arcade Sentinels 2-pack giveaway. The rules are listed on the screen for you, so good luck to you all, as I'll announce the winner when I hit 25,000 subscribers on YouTube. But yeah, that's all I got for you. I don't have any MCU predictions, as they've been focusing on more comics, cartoons, and video game figures over movies. They took a backseat with movies this year. We got some good ones like No Way Home, Doc Ock, Carnage, Deadpool, and Wolverine, but again, a very light movie selection, which I'm sure will go back to full swing next year for movies. And I'm happy they took a backseat this year, because look at how much love they are putting into the comic figures, giving them sculpted seams and textures and all that, just like they did with movie figures. So I love seeing all the cool details on these comic figures. If I had to pick one MCU figure to get revealed, then I would say Red Hulk for the new Captain America movie. But overall, I see this Pulsecon being more comic heavy with Spider-Man and X-Men themes over everything else. Secret Wars is pretty much an Avengers-like theme, so we'll get some Avengers-related characters from heroes to villains in that wave. Should be another fun showing, and whether I get these wrong or right, I still think the Legends team is going to kill it and steal the show. If not, oh well, it's still a great year with top-of-the-line releases. Now I kick it back to you. What do you think of my predictions, and which ones I mentioned here that you'd love to see come to fruition? Of course, let me know what your predictions will be too. I'd love to hear it. Comment below, let me know, we'll chat about it. Thanks for watching another Marvel Legends related video. Please follow me on Instagram if you haven't already at xmanny87. Hit the notification bell so you always know when my latest videos are up. Share and subscribe if you're new. See you on the next video. Peace.